So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Here we go, here we go.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's got room. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Bucs set to get the football first, and they trail here as we get started in the second half. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
Throwing for Chase on the crosser. He's got it. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
As Jamar Chase picks up a first down here, how about a quick reflection on his debut as a rookie? Set a new rookie receiving record and the Bengals franchise record with 1,455 yards and was 3rd in the league in touchdown. He became only the 2nd rookie receiver named All-Pro since 1998, joining former LSU teammate Justin Jefferson, who did it in 2020. This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
Ready?
Throwing again, it's Burrow. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Again, it's Burrow. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
McPherson's kick is good.
And that'll bring them back within 4.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They start on the ground with Elliott. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line.
99 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Dak swinging this out quickly to Lamb.
So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And now we've got a 3rd and 3. Now Prescott. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Schultz.
And he will have a Cowboys first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Prescott.
Able to hit his target, Lamb.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 36. Looking to throw. Prescott. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Now back to the ground with Elliott. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott.
And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. Touchdown, Cowboys! 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott as his guys are able to extend their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give him a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. A big play there on the catch and run. 66 yards.
Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
Now it's Burrow.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Touchdown, Bengals! Richie James, his first touchdown of the new season.
And the Bengals have cut it back within a score. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open in the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Inside give to Elliott. And some space here. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
120 yards rushing for him now as this sensational afternoon continues.
Prescott looks to throw on first. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
And the Bengals will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
When you're in man coverage, you have help over the top, you become a much more confident defender. Trail the receiver and know that someone over the top can make a play, and that's exactly what happened here. The free safety coming up with the interception.
On one, right?
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, the football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
And this one is incomplete.
Partner, they've been aggressive, airing it out all game long, and no better evidence than those last 2 snaps. They weren't going to beat this coverage, though, 2 plays in a row, and that one falls incomplete.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game, because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play.
They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play.
So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage.
And a good stiff arm and some space to run. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Great start to the 2nd quarter, better than 30 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, touchdown! Dak Prescott now 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon.
And the Cowboys will add to their 4th quarter lead.
Extra point by Moore, up and good. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get good.
Script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
That one taken in by T. Higgins.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up. They've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Burrow on 3rd down. He's got Hurst, his tight end. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Burrow. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
To try again after the sack.
Burrow. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Now it's Burrow.
And that one complete once again to Higgins. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. Looking for Chase on the out route. He's got him. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it's 2nd down. To the air again, Burrow. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Got his man. It's Arcega-Whiteside.
He'll get it inside the 20.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
J.J. Arcega-Whiteside.
37 yards.
And the Bengals have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Prescott fires one out wide, complete. And some room to maneuver. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. It's a gain of 35.
They went with the ever-popular RPO on that play, and what they often tell their receivers, as soon as you get the ball, you've got to be like a punt return. You've got to make the first guy miss on your own, because if you do, big plays like that can result. He went a long way before they caught him.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Throwing here, Prescott. Now he's going to throw deep right side. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Up the middle, here's Elliott. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. On 3rd down, Elliott. Yeah, this won't be enough. Stopped a yard short after a gain of 3. 4th down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They'll run it with Elliott. And he's going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Well, Prescott here to throw. This is caught. And he's across from a late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
On 1, ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulate.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. 20. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, and they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
And he's got it for the two-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. So now with little time remaining, they'll have this and maybe one more play. And the Cowboys are going to secure the football, and with it, they'll just about secure the victory as well. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Prescott.
And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far.
Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
And the Bengals come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well, like all great games, it came down to the final snap, Charles. They had to heave it and hope, but the Hail Mary ultimately intercepted, and that's your ball game.
Yeah, and you never want to be in a situation where your entire game comes down to throwing a jump ball as far as you can. But in that situation, you want to loft it up and hope one of your guys can win in the air. This time, though, there's a defender got up there, and that was the end of the ball game. Close one throughout. One team just had a little bit more at the end than the other.
So for the Cowboys, they at least get the win here to earn a split of their first two home games. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets.